Let's go, Brandon. I
Yeah.
agree.
And here we are. All good. Audio good. Dream good. Penis. That's a candle there, though. Ahoy, ever eaten? She is first. You can always count on my penis, she says. That's not something I want to hear from a woman. Just that you know. Makes you a suspect. Make you suspect. Being maybe not such a much of a woman. Anyhow, welcome. My name is Ike. This is Switzerland.playit. It's TAGN time. The angry game news every day, 10 a.m. Eastern, here on Switzerland.playit, on this channel, on Rumble, of course, on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Just mark it there. Just mark it. I'm starting every day at the same time. Today a little bit later, like on screen with my face, but I still started on time. Ahoy haste. Ever eaten is on time. Yeah, I don't know. She's weird. She likes penis. To have one. Maybe she is thirsty. I don't know. You know who is thirsty? People for games, for good games, maybe. Let's check it out what we have today. We have kind of a lot, but not super interesting. Like pieces of those stories I have for you are interesting. Ninja Gaiden 4 is doing difficulty settings right, especially if you're a beginner. I don't know about that statement, but they are doing something interesting here. Ninja Gaiden 4 will offer up a slew of customizable difficulty settings that sound ideal for players who may not be used to the series' brutal brand of action. Yeah, it is kind of brutal, especially the first one, the first 3D one, the first new one on Xbox, the original. Was like a new nice game back then, and it's still considered one of the hardest game ever. Still, for some reason. In terms of difficulty settings, there is a mode called Hero Mode. So when you choose Hero Mode, it automatically enables a number of assists. So these assists include auto guard, auto dodge, and another assist that allow you to perform more complicated actions, moves more easily. But as Hirayama who, goes on to explain, which is the guy who makes the game, Masakusa Hirayama, goes on to explain, players are free to toggle individual settings on and off to suit their needs while utilizing Hero Mode. So you can disable the auto dodge, for example, but keep the auto guard on so that you can get used to the timing without suffering as much of a penalty if you get it wrong. Might be nice, especially for beginners. Yes, yeah, if you're like trying it out, auto guarding, auto dodging, the attacks from the enemies. So you can learn like to do first just damage pretty much. And once you figured out like the combination of certain attacks of yourself, the character you're playing, you then maybe disable like the auto dodge or the auto guard and are more confident over time. Might be a good idea. I don't remember any game that had it like this. In this variant, I don't remember any game that had it like that actually. You can really curate your combat experience based on your progress as a player. I want to assure new players that the tools are available for them to train themselves and allow them to progress as a player. It has been quite a while since the last mainline Ninja Gaiden came out, and we also want to make sure that a wide audience can approach our game and enjoy it. Might be, like I said, an interesting approach. Again, maybe the chat knows about another game that had the similar or actually the same method for difficulties for beginners. Ever Eden is going haywire in the chat. My metaphorical penis is big. Yeah, I bet. Oh, that looks like a cool pic. How is it for? How is it for? What do you mean? And I'm old. You're not older than us, not really. Ninja Gaiden 2 Black didn't seem that difficult. I didn't like the whole setting of Ninja Gaiden 2, so I dumped that. Back in my day, we just died to the enemy and learned. Yeah, but those days are over. Ahoy, Zork. Those days are very over. Ninja Gaiden 4. I hope it's good. I showed the trailer when it was announced here on this channel, on this newscast. And in my opinion, it looks like we are back to the roots pretty much, like visually, like gameplay wise. It just felt like for me, like it's a Ninja Gaiden 1. So I'm looking forward to Ninja Gaiden 4. And I would never use this hero mode, but because I don't consider myself a newbie, a new player in this franchise. So I'm gonna start if there are other difficulties like normal or maybe hard or brutal or whatever. At least normal. At least normal. I don't need auto dodge. It might be fun for a second play just to see how it works out, right? But other than that, nah, not for me. Ninja Gaiden. Bloomhouse Games next project now in early access. Lets your friends play for free. If I'd only had friends, right? Spooky games are best played in one of two ways. Either you turn all of the lights out in the house to set the mood, or you tackle the unknown horrors with a few friends. All if you laughing and screaming along the way. Blue Mouse Games and Dublin-based studio Gambrinus. I don't know how to pronounce that name of that studio. Gambrinus, maybe, I don't fucking know, are happily encouraging the latter with Eyes of Hellfire, which launches on Steam Early Access today, as it uses one of the Steam's game sharing features to let your friends in on the action. Steam's built-in Friends Pass feature will allow one player who owns Eyes of Hellfire to share the game with up to 4 other players for free of charge. However, those playing on the Friends Pass will not have access to the meta progression or other perks. Only those who purchase the game will be able to take advantage of them. So you're just gonna have fun playing, but you're not gonna get any achievements, any like maybe in-game items to take with your character and all that. You're just gonna be there for fun. Eyes of Hellfire is a co-op gothic horror game inspired by Irish folklore. According to the official announcement, which drops 5 players into a dark and spooky lodge with one simple goal: escape. The group must explore, solve puzzles, and fight against the malevolent hordes of demons and other spooky entities in order to progress through the lodge and escape. And yeah, you're down in the video description, all the links to the articles, and you have here the trailer already, the launch trailer. So it's early access still, and I don't know how long it's gonna stay. Nobody knows that probably. It's an isometric view, meaning from above, like a little bit tilted and all that. And yeah, your goal is to escape with your friends from this spooky house. Might be in the next like smaller game, not indie. It's not really indie, but it feels like an indie game, smaller game. For team play, for party enjoyment there. Do. Oi, Big Z. I would like to see how Rachel looks in Ninja Gaiden 4. Yeah, we have to wait. When was it? Release? I forgot. Pretty sure they told us when the release was at one point. Next year, probably. Somewhere next year. Who knows? I've never heard of this one either. I'm so out of the loop. Hey, sounds pretty interesting. You don't have time, Ever Eden. You don't have time for games. First, you have to make my game valuable, which is Phasmophobia, before you start other games. I'm just telling you. Sound a lot going on, though, so I wonder how satisfying it will be. It does sound frustrating too. It doesn't look frustrating. It looks literally like you're just gonna be doing small puzzles, items, few items for puzzles, very easy puzzle, pretty much, and you're gonna be attacked by demons and spooky things, whatever that might be. Oi, Bimo, good to see you too. Trying to find a way out and getting zombies mess with your shit when you are trying to concentrate, so we will see. I just bought a new cycle, then I realized I have no time to learn it. You can't help certain women. Certain women are lost. Women! Just passing by. Hello, Ike, and hello, everyone. Ahoy, John Thunder, and bye, John Thunder, maybe? I don't know. Damn, I love Phasmophobia. Can't wait for Halloween season. Oh my god, Zorak, yes! We should play with Ike too. Oh, now she has enough of myself. She wants somebody else to be included in the party. This week in Path of Exile 2, new league is going to be free for everyone for 3 days. If you want to try out, this is the time. Yeah, Path of Exile has updates too. But yeah, this game lets you buy it and play it with your friends, and your friends get it for free while you are playing. You can invite them for free, which is neat. Which is a neat feature by Steam, and if you take advantage of that feature, it's on the side of the game who needs to implement this feature. Xbox bringing cloud gaming to lower Game Pass tiers in addition to PC games. Starting today, users enrolled in the Xbox Insider program will be able to test an Xbox Cloud Gaming beta, which makes game streaming available to those subscribed to the Gamebox Pass Core or Standard tiers. I don't know the prices of those. I think the Core was like $7 or something similar like that, and Standard was, I think, $14 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, but now if you're in the Insider program, you can do even the cloud streaming. Is that nice? I don't know. Currently, outside of the Insider test, the ability to stream games via the cloud is only available to subscribers of the highest $20 ultimate tier of the Xbox Game Pass. In addition, Xbox insiders subscribed to Game Pass Core or Standard will for the first time be able to stream PC versions of selected titles. And you have here the link for the whole title list. It's previously been revealed that Microsoft has been considering a dedicated cloud service potentially powered by ads. And Microsoft's VP Next Generation, Jason Ronald, hinted that plans for a dedicated cloud tier could still be in the works. So yeah, they might do just like a cloud service, like you get just a cloud service and you can play your stuff everywhere with a certain account, which might be neat, but does anybody remember this big ass company who had this amazing cloud streaming service called Google with Stadia? Where is Stadia today? I think a lot of those cloud game streaming services struggle even more than the regular subscription-based gaming services out there. So the plans are not gone yet, though. Microsoft still tries, and maybe they can do a better job than Google with Stadia. But yeah, Stadia is very gone. And John Thunder goes to the dark side on Google's YouTube. One of the things we see is there's a lot of players who use Game Pass Ultimate to access the cloud. Whether that's the primary way to they play or an additional way to play on the go. I think for us, it really opens up the opportunity to make it much more affordable and make it more accessible to players. Whether that's going into new regions or new ways to actually access the Xbox cloud. Yeah, if you're inside the program and you have just the core stuff, might be something nice for you, like playing on the way to work in the public transportation in a train or in a bus. Just log in on your phone and play maybe some Helldivers too. I don't know. You can't attempt the school or asylum with a small team, in my opinion. Or maybe I'm shit. I don't know. Maybe you're shit. What do you mean you can't attempt? In Phasmophobia, you can attempt everything alone, can't you? Looks a little bit weird, maybe, but whatever. Before they changed how sprint works, it was much easier, but now probably tougher with a small team. This is cool because I'm thinking of downgrading to core for $75 a year if you buy the cards. Stadia dead like a gazillion other Google projects, lol. Yeah, there's a famous website out there of Google services who were just cancelled, despite some were really beloved and used a lot. Sometimes Google just doesn't make money with them and don't care. OnLive did it first. I played the entire Witcher 2 on it. I don't even know that name. OnLive. Not Alive, OnLive. One word. On and live. Like live, like a show is live. OnLive. I haven't played properly for a long time, but I've seen new maps, etc. I need to get back into it and also include Ike. No, you're just not a great gamer. That's all I have, Ethan. Don't worry. Some older women are not great gamers. That's how life just is. It has nothing to do with you personally. It's just life. They changed how you can hide, etc. And like you can't use the same place for the too long, etc. Interesting, says Bimo. Yes, on live, one word. Wow. Shut up, woman. Let's get to an old guy who tries maybe to save the franchise. Maybe the franchise is gonna die very soon. For reasons. Jackie Chan's team is advising the action on Marvel's Spider-Man Brand New Day, and the star has visited the set himself. The director was so excited. I just want to point out Jackie Chan is 70 years plus old. I think he's 71 to be more precise, but he is older than 70 years. That's old, Evereeden. Jackie Chan has revealed that his action team is assisting on the stunts for the Spider-Man Brand New Day, which is Spider-Man 4 with Tom Holland. And now we're even more excited for the web slinger's big screen return. Not really. I kind of enjoyed the first three, but with each part, it got less and less exciting. You know, I was like, okay, it's not a bad movie, but I have my own Zendaya fucking fatigue. I can't see that bitch anymore. She's not pretty. I think she can't really act that well. She's like somewhat like the Pedro Pascal in the female world. If she is a female at all, that's a different story though. I went to London for a meeting and visited the set, the actor who most recently appeared in Karate Kid Legends, which this movie tried to combine like the Karate Kid movies, the new ones with Will Smith's son there, this other universe with the original Karate Kid universe and the Karate Kid show, which is Cobra Kai. And I don't know how well it went. I haven't watched Legends, and I am not really intrigued to watch it in the first place. So, whatever. Recently told Chinese publication HK01. My Jackie Chan stunt team was busy filming Spider-Man, and I was the action director for the Jackie Chan stunt team. I went to watch their rehearsals, and the director was so excited when he saw me. I mean, we have to give it that to Jackie Chan. He's a fucking legend. He is just a fucking legend. But he's old. I don't know if he's really relevant anymore, but he has his team, and probably he like educated his team and his students in all his stunts secrets. The team has previously collaborated on films such as Police Story, Thunderbolt, Mr. Nice Guy, Rush Hour, Shanghai Noon, and Around the World in 80 Days, who was a big ass dumpster fire and very, very, very not well received. A big flop. The other ones, I mean, Thunderbolt was his racing movie. Police Story, I love 1, 2, 3. Everything above, nah, fuck it. Rush Hour, okay. In short, it's a guarantee, sure, that the action sequences are going to be some of the best in the MCU has seen, and something a little more street level and different too. We can hardly wait. Can you hardly wait, chat, for the Spider-Man 4 movie? And I think it's gonna not do that well because it's gonna have a different director. What was the director's name? Directed by Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings director Destin Daniel Cretton. Spider-Man 4 is set to follow Tom Holland's Peter Parker. So Shang-Chi, also a dumpster fire, a shitty movie. I didn't like anything of it. I hated every second I ever saw of that movie. Lame, just lame. It was just whatever, man. And this director is gonna make now the 4th movie. The first 3 movies were by the same director. I forgot his name. But yes, I don't know why they changed the directors. Maybe he blowed somebody. Maybe put some dick in his mouth to get this position now. But might be risky if Marvel Disney might be risky. That's all I can say. I guess trying to get kicked in the dick. I know you can't reach my dick. Not because it might be small, because you're in Australia and I'm like, what, 10,000 miles away? So I'm not scared of you and dick kickings. I was going to say that Jackie Chan is quite old now. He is. Yeah, I never understood Tom Holland and or her really. She has an interesting look, maybe, but oversaturated makes her meh. No, she's. I think Zendaya is just ugly. I think she's just ugly, man. I as a man, I have zero like. Uh, yeah, whatever. She's just ugly in my opinion. Zendaya as MJ in Spider-Man. What? Oh, did she? Whatever. It's just a shit show overall with her. She is now married to him, to Tom Holland, right? They are now a real couple in Hollywood and all that shit. But she did recently, I think 2023, she started to film that movie for Amazon, where she banged two dudes at the same time. Uh, it's it's just gross looking. That's all I can say. The MCU Spidey movies were okay, but I really hated the overly complicated Stark suit he had. So I am curious to see what they do moving forward. Uh, not really. I am not interested. I will fly there. Dick butt. What? That is some dedication. She doesn't make your pee go doing. No, she doesn't at all. I don't think she's pretty. There, Big Z agrees. Aren't you also an Aussie, Big Z? I thought you were an Aussie too. Aussies are weird though. Isn't Tom Holland gay B? All in Hollywood are gay B. Not only him. Anyway, let's move on. Former Black Panther developer joined Wizard of the Coast for new game project. So I might remind everybody. There was this game, Black Panther, done by Monolith. Monolith was just poof, just pretty much dispatched. EA didn't continue it like this ongoing endeavor, whatever. I think it would have been a good game because Monolith did like the Shadow of War, the Middle Earth games, like you see here in this article, and the big ass success, Hogwarts Legacy. So I think the game probably would have been similar, like gameplay wise, like the style overall the same. And I think it would have been a success, but I don't know what's going on in the heads of those executives and all those publishers and developers companies. And they started now a new career, pretty much because layoffs and shit. A group of individuals who formerly worked at the now shuttered Cliffhanger Games on its cancelled Black Panther game have been picked up by Wizard of the Coast for a new project. Maybe make Aragon even more black. I don't know. New Lord of the Ring games with a black Aragon. That would be great. We were actually able to bring him and 14 key people that he's worked with there, and many of them at Monolith, to incubate a new game for us, said Wizard of the Coast president John Hyde to GameIndustry.biz. He added that the project is still in the very early stages and is expected to go through a lengthy concept process. Hyde compared it to a similar new D&D video game project. Wizard of the Coast is supervising under Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order director Stig Asmussen. We talked about him 2 weeks ago. He is doing this new D&D game, and that was his dream kind of game approach, doing finally a real D&D game. And yeah, now more people, more good people, probably for this team. And Wizards of the Coast have a lot of money, because I might remind you of that fact too. They started roughly a month ago, publishing Final Fantasy cards for the Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering series cards, and they can't even print that fast. That's how much they sell of those Final Fantasy cards. So money is there. Wizards of the Coast have a lot of fucking money right now, and hopefully they are gonna invest it in quality games here. We was kings. Where in Oz? Aussie. I like Aussie, but I'm not an Aussie. I don't find he attractive either. He? He? Is that he? Her, says Zorak. We was gangs. If you listen to my live streams, you'd hear that I don't have an Aussie accent. Lol. Aragon so black he's just two eyeballs in the dark. Shit. Yeah, but there you have it. More good people found a new home at Wizards of the Coast. And hopefully we benefit. We as the players benefit from an amazing new D&D game. Little side note, pretty much. Stardew Valley headlines to the PS Plus September lineup. For the first time ever, Stardew Valley is being published as a free game. If you're subscribed at this very moment to PS Plus, you're going to get Stardew Valley for free. Free in the sense, because you're subscribed to it. The PlayStation Plus Essential tier gives subscribers free games every month, and recently those games have been particularly excellent. Last month's offerings included Lies of P, one of the best games of 2023, but the upcoming September lineup announced on the PS blog manages to top even that. You'll get Psychonauts 2, Viewfinder, and Stardew Valley, one of the most beloved indie games of all times. I think that was just a mention worth. Stardew Valley, a very beloved game. It's a very simple game. Just build your village there, grow your garden stuff, and now you get it for free for the first time ever. Why I say that for free? Because if you're subscribed to Amazon Prime, for example, you get like Amazon Prime games with your subscription. And they give you also every month free games. But on Amazon's side, it happens that certain games will be republished again, like for free in the subscription. Similar stuff happens to Epic Games, which fuck you, Epic Games. I still have no access to my account anymore. But yes, that's the first time they are publishing it on PS Plus. If you are subscribed, go get it. Crystal Dynamics lays off more following Perfect Dark cancellation. Psychonaut is excellent. Never played it. I actually was just reminded with this article. I finally should try it out. I love Stardew. My friend's band is called Psychonaut. They stole the name. Aussie stealing stuff. Crystal Dynamics has laid off an unknown number of workers following the cancellation of Perfect Dark by Microsoft. So that's like new news in that sense, because Microsoft just canceled Perfect Dark, but they didn't lay off themselves, like staff and people from the development of Crystal Dynamics. They just said like, we don't need the game anymore. Today we made the very difficult decision to part ways with a number of our talented colleagues as the result of evolving business conditions. This decision was not made lightly, it was necessary. However, to ensure the long-term health of our studio and core creative priorities in a continually shifting market. The company also confirmed that Tomb Raider, still in development, was unaffected by the decision. I'm kind of worried with the Tomb Raider franchise, though. I'm gonna admit I liked a lot the last 5 Tomb Raider games, which were the newer trilogy with smaller bobs, Lara Croft there, but still the game was enjoyable gameplay wise. I absolutely love it, and I'm gonna start to play it actually on Sundays. Now that I finished Ghost of Tsushima, I'm gonna play the trilogy, like the mainline trilogy, the third-person action game. And they have 2 games which are like isometric views, more like Diablo stylish from the viewpoint. Look, with puzzle solving and stuff like that. Also very good games. The Osiris something something, and the other one in the jungle of South America with the Mayas and shit. Good games. I like those games a lot. So, but I'm concerned because of the development of this newest one started like in the height of the DEI craze, right? So, who knows what we're gonna get. While the statement does not explicitly mention Perfect Dark as the reason behind the layoffs, multiple former workers have posted on social media whose posts and profiles suggested that was the game they were working on. These layoffs seem to be a delayed reaction to the Xbox canceling Perfect Dark, which Crystal Dynamics was working on with the initiative earlier this year. Crystal Dynamics, also a pretty old company for the video gaming industry. The title that comes always into my mind when I hear Crystal Dynamics is instantly Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen. Love that game. That should be remade. Not a remake, remade. High resolution, everything. Adjust the game, play the character movement and all that. You could do some money there, I think. I'm waiting still for that. I love Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen a lot. Yeah, that's the name that comes to my mind. But the IP is gone from them. The IP is now belongs to Embracer Group, and Embracer Group they don't give a shit about fans of games. Not at all. That's a cool band name. Laughing my ass off. No more Jewwood Saturdays. No more Jewwood, no. But you're gonna enjoy Lara Croft. Dying a lot. I like the dying sequences, the dying little animations in Tomb Raider, in the Tomb Raiders games. Sometimes a bit gory. Sometimes she deserves it. After 14 years in development and $860 million racked up in crowdfunding, Star Citizen director hopes single-player spin-off Squadron 42 will be an event almost as important as GTA 6. Well, somebody's dreaming big there. And yes, you heard that right. Crowdfunding made $860 million for the development of Star Citizen. Is it still in alpha, or did it finally go to beta? I don't even know exactly. But 14 years in development and 860 million US dollars there by the crowdfunding initiative. It's crazy. It's crazy how many people love this game so much that they just give them money. And that's the crowdfunding part. I think it's not including all those ship sales in game, which you can invest like hundreds and thousands of US dollars just buying ships, starships there, which is another level of insanity. We have a few players on Rumble, by the way, who play Star Citizen all the time. Go check it out on Rumble. That's all I can say. Star Citizen director Chris Roberts has astronomically high expectations for the 2026 launch of the game's single-player spin-off, Squadron 42, saying he hopes it's almost as big an event as GTA 6 released the same year. And as it turns out, he is not entirely unreasonable in saying that. No, he is. He is, because many people are like just hardcore fans of your Star Citizenship, and you're just gonna get money from the same people over and over, you know, because those people want to see your game just succeed and one new material. It's not like GTA, who has a bigger audience in general, like way bigger audience globally than your Star Citizen and your upcoming Squadron 42 single player portion there. According to the latest publicly available funding stats, Star Citizen has raised a staggering $859 million in crowdfunding, making it one of the most expensive video games ever made. The thing is, they just got the money. That doesn't mean they needed that amount of money. They just got that amount of money, and because they got that amount of money, they just developed it further and further and build in more and more tools and all that. I think the game is fine visually. It's pretty pleasing actually, but it has too many like levers and buttons in the ships, and too detailed, maybe too detailed. Some people like that though. But yeah, he expecting like his single player game there, the director, that his single player game Squadron 42 is gonna have the same craze and the same event on launch next year, somewhere after GTA 6, because GTA 6 is going to be in May. I think he is dreaming a little bit too big there. That's just my opinion, though. Let's see what we have with Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. Was released yesterday, and few people played it, and not everybody is super happy, though. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater issues acknowledged by Konami. Patch on the way. Konami has acknowledged issues with Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater as the stealth game remake launches today, which was yesterday. Ahead of release, some reviews have noted disappointing performance, particularly with the PS5 Pro version of the game. Digital Foundry, for instance, noted issues due to the console's PSSR upscaling, despite it overall being a beautiful game. The known issues acknowledged by Konami are as follows: performing an additional survival knife attack after completing a series of consecutive attacks to secure food may cause the game to crash under certain conditions. Yeah, you just swing your knife, and at one point, when you swing it too often, it's just going to crash on the next enemy. Removing the crocodile cap from the survival viewer while it is equipped may cause the game to crash under certain conditions, which is a very awkward crash there, a reason for a crash. Just removing the cap while you're on the viewer. Okay, just awkward, man. Collecting food when a hungry crocodile is nearby may cause the game to crash under certain conditions. What do you mean? Just weird. Just super weird, actually, reasons for crashings overall. While you're collecting food, when a hungry crocodile is nearby you, the game might crash. Just saying. Transitioning from a roll into a crawl may result in the character model floating in midair under certain conditions. That should never happen, and usually that's a game, Metal Gear Solid, where you do that a lot, actually, kind of, when you have the ability to roll and then crawl and all that. I think you did not a great quality check there. Quality control very low. The original MGS still holds up. I don't see any reason for this remake to exist. Looks pretty though. I don't know, making money, and it sales wise, it doesn't look too bad as far as I have seen it. In areas where the camera switches to intrusion view, character movement may become restricted under certain conditions. Again, a very fucking weird reason for a bug. Opening the radio window under certain conditions may cause the game to crash. Should never happen. That's another. I took this article again just to show another flaw in the industry for us gamers particularly. You're publishing games in an unfinished condition overall. I hate that. Why you do that? Especially with this big ass games, with those AAA games, you need to have a way better quality control overall. And the solution just can't be every time a day one patch. That's just lazy. That's just lazy. And I'm don't give those companies money anymore on day one. If I'm not like super in love with this one particular game, whatever, which happens almost never anymore. So don't give those companies who don't give a shit about you your money. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Time-wise, we are good. Let's move certain smaller topics in front of us. The Last of Us star. Bella Ramsey fires back at season 2 critics. You don't have to watch. BMO, do better. You don't have to watch The Last of Us season 2. The Last of Us star Bella Ramsey has responded to some of the second season's most vocal critics. Most vocal. Why are they most vocal? Why? What are you telling us? I try to steer clear as much as I can. To be honest, Ramsey told the awardist podcast of the Vociferous respond to the 2 parts of The Last of Us season 2. You don't have to watch it. If you hate it that much, the game exists. You can just play the game. If you don't want to watch it, I hope you enjoy it. Another little star who thinks like that's the solution to critics. Just don't watch. Just don't watch. Maybe those critics have just pointed out that your performance, your depiction of the character of Ellie in this game is dog shit. It is just dog shit. And it's not only your fault. Because for the most part, you can't do anything about your face, right? Nobody can. Even I just can't do anything about my face. That's just how I was born with, right? It's not really something you can change right away. You're just ugly in general. That's what I'm telling you right now. But the acting performance is overall shitty too. I don't want to play it right now. I'm not gonna play it, but many people saw your performance about you becoming a dad in this show. So shut your mouth, little bitch. You fucking Downsy syndrome bitch. I don't care. You maybe need to take critics more serious, because you might be just cast in the future for ugly roles. I'm just saying. And your performance is just ass. Oh yeah, ouch my junk. Good to see you. But they like money though. I don't think they're gonna get a lot of money for those roles, are they? Thanks, Potato. I won't watch. Says Bimo. You're just jealous because she is dead and you aren't. That hits. No, man, I just fucking hate her performance overall. Just hate. It's not fucking good. You can't convince me. You have no arguments. You have 0 arguments that she does a good performance in any role these days. She's just shitty. Tastes like a parking meter. Why are you insulting the parking meters? Huh? What did the parking meters do to you? besides taking your money. But they're smiling usually at you, don't they? She's gross. And speaking of gross people, just a side note, Todd Haynes previously shuttered gay romance Denosh being revived with Pedro Pascal circling the dish. Gay romance movie was revived, and who's gonna play the gay? Well, perfect fit. That's all I can say. And even Roderick saw it right away yesterday. Perfect fit. He thinks also it's a fucking perfect fit. Can you get more gayer than Pedro Pascal in Hollywood these days? Probably not. So they found each other, I guess. They found each fucking other. Little side note, the last little side note, then we're gonna go to the big stories, actually. RGG Summit 2025 set for September 24th. So mark this date if you're a Sega fan, and in particular Yakuza, the Yakuza franchise. September 24th at 12 JST. What the fuck is JST? I don't know. But down in the video description is the link. Click on it and you're going to see your time on the link. Team. Oi, cheddar. Discount Tim Robbins. Lick another glow stick. No. I don't want to see that shit. Keep that in your privacy, Pedro. A game that has a lot of success. A lot of success. Stop shitting your pants. Helldivers 2 boss jokes as game passes 500,000 concurrent players. Helldivers 2 has topped over 500,000 concurrent players, leading Arrowhead Studio CEO Shams Georgiani to revisit a joke that turned into a meme. Videogame reports that Georgiani, I don't fucking know, asked players on Discord to stop shitting your pants while sharing that 500,490 people were playing the third-person shooter. And it seems like not a lot of issues. That's like a PlayStation game and a PC game now ported to Xbox, to the Xbox platform and to Xbox consoles. And I haven't seen any reports of major issues like on this way. We're gonna have some issues the other way with Gears of War, just saying. Earlier this year, Georgiani told the Helldivers 2 fans on Discord that they would shit their pants regarding the future plans for the game, according to Games Radar. That comment quickly got picked up on the game's subreddit, and pants shitting became a thing. Pants shitting was always a fucking thing since pants fucking existed. Subreddits and Reddit in general can't take credits for that. Pants shitting was a thing since pants were a thing itself. Meanwhile, the explosion in player accounts for Helldivers 2 is tied to the game finally coming to Xbox Series XS this week. Coincided some words just break my fucking tongue. Coincided that you see the word. You fucking see the word. You see the word. I don't know why my tongue can't say it. I don't know. PlayStation and Xbox ended up trading exclusives on the same day, August 26th, as Helldivers 2 finally landed on Xbox. Gears of War Reloaded launched on PS5, bringing chainsaw guns and the Locust to PlayStation for the first time in nearly 20 years of the franchise. Yeah, doing great. Helldivers is doing fucking amazing on Xbox. I think Sony is very happy about that. Microsoft might not be happy about the vice versa thing going on, which was like the other article told. Gears of War Reloaded has major Steam issues and Microsoft is investigating. It Seems like Sony pays more attention to fixing their games and making them play better on other systems. I'm just saying. Gears of War Reloaded, the newly released remaster of the original Gears of War, has low review score on Steam due to crashes and missing split screen support. This follows a day one patch that was supposed to fix a number of bugs and crashes on both console and PC. Born to shit for the wife. That's humanity, man. I'm just saying. Thank you, Bimo. Much appreciated for the gifted. One gifted by Bimo. Who's gonna get it? I will not eat the bugs. I think it's a lie name. I think he's eating the bugs in secrecy. I shit my pants before it was cool. Every baby shits their pants, so it's nothing special, man. It's just not. Jew standard time, no. I don't know what that time was, but it's not the Jew standard time. Stopping shitting your pants like newbie in Canadian coffee shops. Pants shitting is cool? No, it is not cool. Should I consider you Miles Davis? Born to shit, forced to wipe, incidentally. No, even if I see it this way, it makes it even worse. I need to train, like, something between the brain and my tongue really is just messing up. Which explains my migraines, by the way. It's a nerve issue in general. Yes, you should. He will eat the bugs now. He got it for free. Ooh, that was nice. Damn, dude, thank you so much, says. I will not eat the bugs. Shit their bitches. And the game is totally fine if you want to replay Gears of War again, but on PC, players are encountering some annoying issues and are upset about the lack of split screen. Meanwhile, the Xbox port has a weird FPS bug, and I've experienced some issues on PS5 too. Gears of War Reloads user review score on Steam sits at 49% as of 1 p.m. Eastern on August 27th. Don't know if it's still on. I think I already opened it up for that reason. Let's reload it. Probably even lower now, 48. It lost 1% of upvotes pretty much. Checking out the reviews, it seems a big issue with the new remaster shooter is that it crashes a lot for some folks. What's odd is that some players claim that Gears of War Reloaded was running fine shortly after launch, but has started crashing more since then, which is a weird behavior. I agree. One fix floating around online involves deleting a specific folder and not connecting to Xbox Live, which seems to imply there might be some server shenanigans happening. Games Radar reports that Gears of War Reloaded works fine when downloaded and installed via the Xbox PC Game Store. I wouldn't trust Games Radar on that stuff because Games Radar doesn't even manage to do like good headlines in their articles. They do bad English. All I can say. And that comes from me, the bad English speaking guy here. Fine when downloaded over the Xbox Game Store, suggesting that the Steam version, that the version on Steam, or at least how it connects to Xbox servers, might not be working properly. Other players report that changing the game's graphical setting leads to frequent crashing. I'll say that on PS5, I ran into 2 crashes and some weird performance problems as well. Digital Foundry also reports that there's an odd FPS bug on Xbox Series X that causes the campaign to improperly run at a not so stable 120 FPS. I also ran into weird FPS issues on the PS5 and had to turn off VRR, virtual variable refresh rates. The PC port also lacks on a field of view slider and has some weird limits on key binding. A day one patch was supposed to iron a lot of this out, but it doesn't seem to have completely worked. As a result, Xbox and the coalition posted a social media on Tuesday that the team is currently investigating the PC crashes and reports of online matchmaking errors, as well as an issue in which people who pre-ordered did not receive the cosmetics they were promised for doing so. Oh no, you pre-ordered based on cosmetics? If so, you deserve to have issues. That's just my opinion though. Another reason for the game's low rating on Steam is that players thought Gears of War Reloaded would support split-screen co-op on PC. Split-screen was reportedly listed on the game's official Steam store page. There's also evidence that split-screen co-op support was mentioned in Reload's Steam page trailer, but it appears all mentions of split-screen support have since been removed. That's like a shitty ass move, by the way. Just saying. You have a trailer out there, you have mentioning it, probably one or two screenshots for that too, for that feature, split screen for co-op, and then you just delete even the trailer and every evidence. That's a shitty move. And I hope people are super pissed about that. And you don't give them like not a refund back in the sense because they are having played it more than 2 hours on Steam. I hope you're gonna get like big backlash there. Not a fan of such behavior. That's all I can say. Do they speak English in what? No. What doesn't exist on the globe? Okay, we can do that. Box of Fun Miles was cool till the drugs got up to him. Which Miles? I don't know. Box for everyone. No, only for him. My favorite thing is when a dude is getting so angry, his swearing goes into English and then his other language. That doesn't happen. I actually started swearing when I'm by myself. Nobody's listening to me, right? When I'm getting angry, I'm starting to swearing more English than anything else. Just saying. Last article for today, because you were also pussies. We got those options in Resident Evil 9, or we will get those options. Some people couldn't handle it. Resident Evil Requiem has a third-person mode because Resident Evil 7 was too scary. Who was too scared of that game? It was nice. It had some nice jump scares there, but it was not that scary. Shut up. Who was that pussy who made now this happen? When Resident Evil 7 was released back in 2017, the game ditched the third-person view from Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6, and instead switched to a first-person viewpoint for the first time in the main series. Resident Evil 7 was directed by Koshi Nakanishi, and while he didn't work on the 8th game, Resident Evil Village, which also released with first-person viewpoint as default, he has returned to direct the upcoming 9th installment, Resident Evil Requiem. Despite previously being the man in the charge of Resident Evil's switch to the first person, however, this time Nakanishi has added the option to play it in either first or third person viewpoint. Just by you have to go in the menu though and select it there. That might change in the future. Maybe people would be like pissed, like interrupting the gameplay, going in the menu and switch it there all the time. You might have another option in the future. We don't know yet because the game is not out yet, right? Royal Jack, games don't scare me, gamers do. You're scared of gamers? What a pussy. You're a pussy too. A horror game being too scary? That's obviously not a horror fan. I mean, he's talking about players, not about himself, obviously. Looking back at Resident Evil 7's first person perspective, I implemented that as a way to make it more immersive and more scary than ever before, which I think most media and players agreed it was an incredible scary game, but it was possibly too scary. No, no, it was actually like a good mix of jump scares there in 7. I didn't find it too scary. I find it very balanced. Very, very balanced, actually. I think some people couldn't handle it and either couldn't finish or didn't even start it. And that's something that I look back on thinking that, I want to make sure that people can enjoy this game. If that scares you, just stay away from horror games in general, man. Just stay away. So if you started the game off in first-person perspective and you're finding it too much, then third person is almost a way to step slightly back from that level of horror and make it slightly easier to deal with by having the character on screen as kind of a avatar of yourself. Yeah, just making it seem like there's a bigger distance and all that. So might help some pussies out there. Probably, most likely. Resident Evil Requiem will be released on February 27th, 2026 on PS5, Xbox Series XS, and PC. And for what I saw so far with this game, everything looks fine. It looks visually pleasing. It looks like story-wise interesting, going back to Raccoon City and all that, and with a lady to die. Who doesn't enjoy that? Dying ladies. Perfect. This game is gonna be big. This game is gonna be big. And it's gonna be played a lot, probably most next year till GTA 6 will come out. I think Resident Evil 9 will be the biggest game beside GTA. What do you think about that? Is that a reason? Is that a good reason to implement like both options, first person and third person? I mean, I like it that you have the option in general. It might just make it visually different for you as a gamer in the sense of seeing more around you, just enjoy it more in the sense of not because it's too scary if you're too close to the wall or stuff like that. I just like it when you see more in general. The biggest game in 2027 will be Combat Pilot for you, maybe, because you're a gay pilot there, Chatter Steve. If anything, 9 will be scarier because Grace isn't really a fighter like Leon or other characters. Less ways to fight back. Yeah, you are onto something there. She is not a fighter, but she is an agent, right? Government agent from the FBI. Bag. And she walks like she's more scared than the previous characters in general. But even in 7 and 8, I mean, especially in 7, what was his name? I forgot his name. The main protagonist. He was also not a fighter or anything like that. He was just a regular dude, pretty much. He didn't know what's going on with his girlfriend, right? He was also not a real fighter, so maybe the combination of not being a fighter in any sense and being first person was like really too much for certain people. Who knows? I'm holding out for a 12. Sure you do. You probably have zero games in and 0 accounts of any platform there, Hilljack. The last thing you ever played was Pong. Pong, traumatic stress disorder. PTSD. Ethan, yeah, that was his name. Thank you. But yeah, there you have it. The game is gonna change or has this option because some of you pussies out there made the director go this way. Anyhow, was a kind of a tame Thursday today, but yeah. I'm gonna try to game today though. Don't know when I'm gonna start, but I'm gonna start a game called Gods Will Fall. Not sure it's about, but I got it for about $3 on GOG. GOG has right now a sales going on with many games in the sales. I got it for $3, and I'm gonna enjoy those $3 today and maybe next Thursday and then another Thursday. Who knows? But I hope I'm gonna enjoy it with you today. Just watch out. Follow the channel if you still haven't followed my channel, just lurking in the background. What the fuck are you doing? And next time you might have like a chance to get the gifted by Bimo. Who knows? Thank you again, Bimo, for that gifted. Okay, I should try something. I should try. That's possible. Give me a sec. A Rumble Studio check here. Shouldn't I see in Rumble Studio the gifted like popping out? I don't see. What the fuck? Scrollity scroll. Huh. I literally don't see it, man. I literally don't see it. That's lame. Rumble needs to do better for Bimo. Or in general, because I would like to point out the gift on screen. But I can mention it again. Thank you for the gifted, Bimo. Very much appreciated. Next news, as usual, 10 a.m. Eastern tomorrow, like every day, Monday through Friday, here on Switzerland Play It, on Rumble, on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Thank you for being around. I enjoyed your company in the chat. Bye-bye.